this one does. And I know that you guys are working with brick and mobile, so you understand how important it is to have a white label for your own business, for your own branding. And I'm going to emphasize and stress it a little bit more as we go through the process. But before I do that, to give you a little background about the process, but before I do that, to give you a little background about us and what we do. Today we're going to be discussing how to get the positive reviews that your client's business deserves and how to get them online. Because the number one thing is that if you're working with reputation management, reputation marketing, a lot of people, go through the manual trudging process and goes through and tries to hand out cards and do everything. But what we did is we took what we were doing in our own consulting business and we found a way to automate the reputation building and marketing process. And we do that through a 3-pillar process. So we focus on, and I like to talk to business owners, that we focus on reach, reputation, and reviews. We make sure that that business has a verified local presence online. We help monitor and protect that company's brand, and we work with their current and recent customers to generate feedback from those customers, and we turn that feedback into reviews. Because what we do here at Reputation Bug is we help local businesses thrive through what I like to call positive impact marketing. Now, I've talked about reviews and said the word review a bunch of times here, but why are they so important to the business owners, and why are they important to you? Well, first of all, approximately 88% of consumers that have been surveyed said that they trust online reviews as much as they do personal recommendations from friends and family. And that can mean by even anonymous posters. And that was just recently posted by Bright Local, I think, in a recent report. And then here's a good one for you, is that 70% of customers trust a business with a minimum of 6 to 10 reviews. And I want you guys to think about this for just a few moments here. If you were going out and looking for a business and you found 2 of them online, one that had a couple of reviews that left them at 2 stars, or one that had 7, 8, 9 reviews that had a 4-star feedback rating, just on the top of your head, who do you think the first one that you're going to gravitate to? Who do you think you're going to click to? Well, studies have shown, and obviously, our usage has shown that you're going to gravitate towards the one with the more positive feedback. But let's discuss for a minute how customers actually search. What they do is they simply scan the reviews on each listing. And think about this at your own personal search. If you're looking for a place to go do yoga, or a chiropractor, or a new dentist in town, maybe the Mexican restaurant that you want to visit, or a burger place, or something like that. Maybe even an auto dealership. You want to see what other people have said that have recently visited that business. What they're looking for when somebody's out there searching is known as a social signal. And the social signals are recent customers talking about a business and sharing those experiences openly online. Now, there's real power to positive reviews being posted online about those businesses. I'm sure you guys would all agree with that. And over half the people that have been surveyed say that a positive online review makes them more likely to choose one local business over another. And think about this for a second for the businesses that you guys are working with. Do your own business clients have a minimum of at least 6 to 10 positive reviews to help them choose that particular business over one of their competitors? And then if not, if your business clients that you have don't have at least 6 to 10 reviews, do you have a reputation marketing strategy in place? I'm going to have Zach come out here in just a minute to explain exactly what reputation marketing is and what it means to us. So, Zach, you want to talk about the definitions here a little bit about what reputation marketing really is to us in our business?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really intriguing thing because me and Jeff actually talk about this all the time, and I think this term is actually thrown around loosely in what people utilize it for. And so, I basically took all these words and went to Webster's dictionary, and these are the definitions of them themselves. So like we have, first off, reputation. It's the common opinion that people have about something or someone. Then we have marketing. It's the activities that are involved in making people aware of a company's products. I think that's one of the really important things about understanding this thing is, when you're actually doing marketing, you're trying to get a person that is already aware of your company or unaware of your company about your products and services. And then promotion, that's just something that's advertising. That is done to make people aware of something. So I think there's a difference between reputation promotion and reputation marketing. The reputation marketing is what I think that the common opinion that people have something and the activities that are involved in making people aware of those companies and products. Reputation promotion is the common opinion that people have about something and the actions taken to make people aware of that opinion. So if you're just out there promoting just what you have as a reputation, meaning your 5-star reputation here on your website and all those kind of things, that's more or less what I would consider reputation promotion. When you're actually doing reputation marketing, you are actually taking those people that think that your business is doing fantastic. They've reviewed you on the 4 and the 5-star level, and you're actually proactively going back out to those people and marketing to them your products and services. So I think there's been a little bit of a disconnect between what we consider truly reputation marketing, which others I think are doing some more what we call reputation promotion. So this system was actually designed and developed really to be able to do that reputation marketing so that you could capture all of those people that are doing the 4-star and 5-star reviews on the businesses, then be able to actually go back out to them through email and be able to communicate your products and your services to bring them back to your business and actually grow the bottom line.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that we're going to be showing you guys as we go through and how you can actually do reputation marketing for a business. But now, before we get into that, I want to ask you guys a quick question here. What do you think is the number one mistake that you can do to ruin your own local consulting business? What do you guys think out there? Go ahead and type in the chat box now. I know you guys are able to see this and hear us. What do you think is one of the top things, or that what I believe is the number one thing that you can do to ruin your own reputation, what your own local business is? And a lot of people are going to start typing in, not having our own reputation management place, no reviews. And realize this, you got to lead by example. You have to show people what's out there, right? Well, for me, I see a lot of local consultants out there being deceptive when they go and sell. They sell smoke and mirrors. That's like how a lot of people see the way SEO is sold. Oh, we're going to get you all these backlinks. We're going to get you ranked. The other thing that we've noticed is a lot of people price gouge out in the local space, and unfortunately, that is one of the fastest ways to kill your company. If you're going out there and you're charging a business, if it's not a franchise, you're talking your mom and pop restaurant, your plumbers, those kind of things, the fastest way to kill your actual company is to charge somebody more than what the return on the investment they're going to see from you is. But because you have to constantly keep selling them. Think about it for a second. Would you guys be willing to spend $1,000 a month for somebody to get a couple of reviews for your business online? And yes, the biggest thing is that a review for a dentist could be worth to a new client, $500 to $1,500 for lifetime value. But if they're only seeing a client every couple of months, they're actually getting a negative ROI from you. So to be able to do this and get it set up properly, you must leverage software. And BIA Kelsey put this out back in September of last year, where they're saying that software, and you guys know this here at Brick and Mobile, and the right infrastructure will be the future of local, because it's going to have higher customer retention and it's going to build you a recurring revenue base. So the way we sell our services, the way we go out there is we leverage our software, and we actually use software demos. And we're going to show you guys how we do that today. We're actually going to walk you through one of those processes as we explain it to you, because you don't want to talk potential scenarios to a prospect. If you're selling them PPC, if you're selling them SEO, you don't have anything to actually give them or show them. And that's why I like Kevin Z and what he has with Brick and Mobile so much, because you can literally walk into a business and show them what their website's going to look like, right? Well, you can actually walk into a business and show them what you can do for their reputation and show them how the software works to get inside that circle of trust as quick as possible, because you want to be able to demonstrate. Yeah, good one, Brenda. Yeah, you got it. Demonstrate what you can do up front. You want to get into that circle as soon as possible. Now, a lot of people are going to start typing in, and I've gotten the question already, well, how do I get these reviews? Well, first of all, they're added by the customers, right? The reviews of a business are posted on search sites like Google, the local business directories, and other review websites like HealthGrade, Urban Spoon, Yelp, stuff like that. These sites take the average review rating and they display it with the listing like a grading system on that business to potential customers. And these ratings give the searchers in the future an instant snapshot of what a business's reputation looks like based on real customers' experience. So when they see a customer with positive reviews, it's an instant trust and credibility booster. Now, this is great news for companies that have positive reviews with their listings, right? But it's bad news for those who don't. And those are the types of businesses that we start to target because reviews can really affect their bottom line. Because better reviews equals increased revenue for that business. Now, a recent Harvard review was actually put out there in their business journal that I think it was last year, where half a star or even just a 0.2% differential in the overall ratings of a business could mean their life or death, which means that bad reviews cost real money for business owners. And that Harvard Business School study found that a 1-star rating increase on Yelp can help boost revenues by 5 to 9%. So it literally pays you to stay on top of the reviews that are coming in and being posted about your client's business. And the reason why this is important to you as their agency is that if they're not generating positive reviews and feedback for their business, they're not generating that revenue that they need to sustain you as the agency. So it is imperative for your bottom line to generate positive ratings and feedback for your customers. So your goal should be is to get the best reviews that you can for your clients, and then get as many of those 5- and 4-star reviews posted online as you possibly can for your clients. Because customers.
And Hershey, I just want to jump. Sorry to interrupt you, because this is so key, and I want everybody to really zero in and dial in on this and understand the value. Personally, myself, you guys know in some of my training, I've been to Costa Rica recently and to New York recently. When I go to new places, I don't know where I'm going to eat. I don't know what I'm going to do. I heavily rely on reviews. And type in yes in the chat box if you do this as well. When I look for, let's say, an Italian or a Thai restaurant in the city, I don't just pick any Thai restaurant. I've learned my lesson. I've had food poisoning, I've had nightmares, I've had great food. But you got to always look at the reviews. And the big thing, 2 points that Hershey said, I just want to emphasize and really hope everyone understands this, is that number one, you have to show the client, number one, up front, where the pain points are and how to solve that pain point. So number one, with reviews, you guys know how to do it with mobile, right? But with reviews, you number one, show, hey, you have no reviews, or number two, you have negative reviews. So those are the 2 points, the pain points you want to point out, in line with some of the sales training I've done before. And the second point is that if you can show the business immediate ROI, if you can say, look, by having more 5-star reviews, you will make more money, they will pay you whatever you want. And that is the key. So I'll let Hershey continue with this, but I really want people to understand, think about it not only from a scenario, these stats are great, but think about yourselves. When you're looking for a restaurant, do you look at the reviews? And if you do, pay attention to what you're going to see right now, because you're going to learn how to really beef that up and do it on autopilot.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like you said, literally you were a perfect segment in the slide. Customer use online reviews to choose which businesses to transact with, i.e. Kevin, when you go on a trip, you're looking at that Thai restaurant. Yeah, and I've had the same issue too. And I've become more and more adamant of who I deal with and who I look at Yelp and what their reviews are, and I read them. Many businesses are rewarded by who has the most positive reviews, because these reviews are like having the army of virtual sales reps out there for them, working 24/7 and recommending and promoting that business. And they're not getting a penny in return. But reputation marketing requires a strategy. You can't grow a business's reputation without a proper strategy in place. And this is something that Zach and I learned over the last couple of years before we actually started building a software. And I had a corporate call about 2 hours ago before this, where somebody said, well, how come nobody created this before? And they said, well, very limited people were doing this for the last couple of years. And the system that we built was built out of necessity for us, because we've gone out there, we know that generating reviews can be clunky. You've got the review cards. You're trying to figure out how to get their contact information. I recently worked with a photographer where she just basically sent me an email like a month and a half later, said, hey, by the way, can you just go post this on my Yelp link? Here you go. That kind of stuff. And they're busy. So we went out there and we actually solved this entire problem for ourselves. And we've also solved it for you, because the manual process does work, guys. I'm going to tell you it does work, but it kind of works, because it's hard to scale and it requires a lot of effort on your part. And if you're like me, if you're like Kevin, you're like Zach, you want to have a lifestyle business. You want to be able to grow your business and make good money, but you also want to not be tied to a desk every day. And the biggest thing that Zach and I found in our own businesses is that you can't truly benchmark the business owner's commitment. And this is a key factor that I want you guys to pay attention to as we show you the software and go through, because when you can benchmark the intent of the business owner, you know that that business owner is committed to their business. And the less time that you spend in working on your business, the more money that you're going to make, because you don't want to spend all the time fulfilling the services. So what we've done is we've been able to remove or automate the most costly or time-consuming aspects of your business when working with reputation. Now, this is really an unfair advantage for you guys and your clients, because the quality and credibility of customer reviews matter as much as the number of them. And we're going to show you some real results here in just a little bit. And our proprietary, easy-to-implement system helps you generate positive reviews for your business by leveraging their current customers, the people that just walked out the door today or yesterday, to ensure that your customers see results fast. I mean, how many of you, by a show of hands or by a yes in the box, want to be able to go into a client and within 24 hours start showing them that you're generating feedback from their customers? How many people would think that's a pretty powerful tool for you to be able to retain your customers? So Eric says yes. We've got a couple other yeses coming in from Stacy, from John. Yeah, absolutely. So Whitney just typed in yes as well, as I can delete that. So here's the process. We talked about reach, reputation, and reviews. Thank you, Philip, as well. Step one is you need to make sure that those businesses are verified online. Before you can go out there and get the reviews, your client must have a verified local presence online in the top 3 search engines and industry and local directories. This is going to be imperative, because we're going to help you guys verify that all their local listings are completed and correct on these directories from one easy to use dashboard that shows a visibility snapshot in your local market that you're working with. We're going to reveal any inconsistent details that may delay or prevent the search engines from even considering these listings, and you're going to be able to send that report to your client to show them where their information is wrong. Now, we can talk about this being an upsell later, or it's being accurate, or how you can fix this later on in the software, but the key about this is you want to make sure that the digital curb appeal looks right for potential customers, because you want that client's business to look like the best house on the block, because they only get one chance to make that lasting first impression. Now, once they're verified online, you want to help generate customer feedback. Now, we have a local feedback loop that is internal to the system. So there's a difference between the word feedback and the difference between the word reviews. I'm going to walk you through that process right now. Now that they're set up to be able to display these reviews on the proper sites, we're actually going to work with them to get legitimate, fresh reviews coming into those sites. But the problem is you don't know where to start. A lot of businesses aren't sure how to get that feedback from a customer and then how to turn that into reviews. Customers are busy, and they usually forget about you as soon as they get home. I mean, I left the dental office a couple weeks ago for my 6-month checkup, and 20 minutes later I was on a phone call doing something else, and until they actually followed up with me, I had forgotten that I was even there that morning. The secret to this entire process, and our secret sauce here, is that you need to follow up quick with an easy way for that person to leave immediate feedback for the business. And it absolutely must be simple for the business owner to implement. Either the owner or a staff member or somebody at the front desk can do it. So what we have is a quick ad form. All we need is the first name and email address, and obviously permission to send that email. And we actually will send out a quick little email to, let's say, Anthony in this case, where it says, thanks for visiting our dental office. We want to hear about your experience. Click on this link. It only takes 30 seconds, and it means the world to us. This is a fully mobile responsive page that actually ties in and is linked to Anthony's contact in that email that I just sent. You have the ability to give a 1 through 5 star rating and leave some review. Now, in this case, Anthony leaves a 5-star feedback, and it goes to a specific page. It is intelligently routed to a mobile-compatible website page that has a video on it with a professional actor that's already built into the system, and we can edit and change out the videos and the content and everything on this, where it says, hey, thanks for leaving the positive feedback. Would you mind leaving us a review on one of these sites? Now, Zach's going to walk you through this in real time in just a minute, but what this does is it helps us get those customers to leave a review on the important review sites for that particular business. And you can modify this however you want. We also are constantly reminding the business owners within the software how awesome you are, that you're generating feedback for them, because the business owners are getting email and SMS alerts because they need to know what customers are saying about their business as soon as it happens. We report that back into an easy to understand and see dashboard for the business owner that gives them their overall internal feedback rating, as well as the average online rating from the reviews that are being posted on the major websites. That they go out there and look in one easy to find location. And we'll talk about why that's so important here in just a little bit. But I know some of you guys are starting to ask, but Jeff, what about the negative reviews? How do we prevent that, or what's going on here? Well, negative reviews are going to happen. For every bad experience a customer has, they're likely to tell 10 other people about it. But for every good experience, they're only going to tell about one other person, if they tell anybody at all. So what we're doing here with our software is we're actually making it easier to spread the positive reviews while minimizing the adverse effects and helping mitigate the negative ones. Because we're going to help the business owner have an opportunity to address the negative reviews before they ever go live and get posted online. And we do that because it's extremely important to the decision maker of a prospective customer, because 4 out of 5 customers have changed their minds about a recommended purchase or visiting a business based solely on the negative information that they found online. So let's say that Anthony wasn't happy. Well, our intelligent routing within the software will notice that he's not happy, and in this case the filter was set to 3 stars or less. This is a 2-star rating. Well, if this customer is unhappy, we send them to a secondary page that allows them to give us suggestions on what went wrong, how we can fix the scenario, and we have a separate video that explains to them, hey, look, we're sorry that there's a potential issue in the business. Remember, this entire page can be changed and edited. The video and the text can be changed as well. Remember, look, it's also branded to that business as well, so they know that they're on a system that's built specifically for James Bob Dental. Well, as soon as they leave that negative feedback, we have built into the system an email template that is editable, where the customer will get an email that says, thank you for your time and concern, and you can change this, and look, you can contact us, we're going to look in this immediately, and we're looking to resolve your problem. The business owner is also contacted via SMS and email, letting them know what happened. It is reported in their dashboard and gives them the ability to turn a negative review into a positive situation with their customers. Now, we all understand that 100% 5-star reviews can sometimes appear fake. I've seen plenty of amazing 4-star reviews that look absolutely awesome, but the reviewer only left them 4 stars. So 5-star reviews, 100% of them can sometimes appear fake. Everybody has that crazy customer, and to be honest, they usually ruin their own credibility with a rant. And the real positive here that you can spin to these local business owners that you're working with is that 7 out of 10 customers will return to a business if complaints are resolved quickly. So that's a great stat for you guys to write down. If somebody ever asks you about what about negative reviews, I'm afraid of those, well, look, you want to be able to address those and not get them posted online. 70% of the customers are actually going to return to you, and you have a way to market to them, like we talked about earlier, to get them to come back. Because in our reporting dashboard, you can actually drill down to an employee level and see the number of customers that left you a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5-star review. Now, once we get that feedback internally, we want to post that feedback online. And our active reputation monitoring software will promptly alert those owners to new reviews and ratings and show them how good of a job you're doing, because we want to get those positive reviews posted out onto those local review search and directory sites. The reason we want to do that is because 87% of consumer surveys said that a favorable review helped confirm that purchase decision. So what we integrate with is their main website. We have a WordPress plugin that will actually help leave those reviews out on that site, and you can actually filter which reviews are going to get posted on that site. We have a suppression system in our software that Zach will show you here in just a little bit. We're also working on a non-WordPress version of this, and let's say that a customer goes to the main website. They have the ability to actually leave a review right there. We also have the ability to generate those online reviews and socially share that feedback, both manually and automatically based on the settings in the system. What we do is we create the feedback, we create an image of that feedback, and we can either manually or automatically share that feedback based on settings in the software to be able to go out and show that customer base that you're looking for that are a fan of your Facebook page or maybe on your Twitter account that you just got a positive review from a potential customer or from a customer of your business, and that's shared out there. Now, the reason why we actually generate that image is a lot of people like to click review and they like images, and it's quick and easy for them to see. Now, we also, as you can see, we have a local review directory that we actually will create a mobile responsive business website that's an additional web property for that business that you can use as an additional upsell or a secondary directory site for that business where you get to control the reviews that are being posted about that business. Now, a lot of people want to know, is this mobile compatible with brick and mobile, or how do I work this with my brick and mobile sites that I've already built for my customers, or use this as an add-on service for new customers? Well, guys, we are 100% compatible with the review section of Brick and Mobile. You can actually leave it where a customer could click on the review tab within Wagyu Steakhouse here, and obviously I'm using a dental client as an example, but we'll actually open up a mobile compatible website. This is actually something I opened on my iPad 2 days ago or so, where you can see that then the customer has the ability to either write a review or read the reviews about this business and learn a little bit more. What if you just want to generate reviews for that business? Well, we also have an external feedback page for the customer that you can help manipulate, where customers can then just click on review. It's mobile ready, mobile compatible. It's built on HTML5 so that they can leave their name, email address, their rating, and review right there on the spot. Because what we like to focus on here at Reputation Bug are the 3 R's for maximizing your reviews. We want real customer reviews and ratings. We don't post on behalf of the customer. We don't do anything automated outside of our system. We are working with the customers to get those ratings and reviews posted online. They have to be relevant to that business category. And probably one of the most important ones here that a lot of businesses forget about is that they need to be recent so that they're given weight by those search engines. The review that was left 6 or 18 months ago no longer carries the weight for the one that was left 6 days ago. I mean, think about it for a second. Who would you choose out of these 3 businesses? Which ones do you guys think are going to work the best? Now, I kind of walked you through the process, but by a show of hands or by a yes or no, do you guys want to see the software actually in play and watch it work real time? So I'll have Zach give you guys a demo if you guys are interested in that. Yeah, tons of yeses coming in. Okay, so Eric, Peter, and all the yeses that have come in. Zach, I'm going to actually make you the presenter right now.
Yeah, I'm putting my hand up. I can't wait to see this stuff as well.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make Zach the presenter here. Going to click on OK, and that should pop up with Zach being the presenter. I'll let you know when I see your screen. And he's actually going to walk you through the process. Now, I wanted to really emphasize how it works because Zach's going to walk you through the software and think about everything I just showed you, and we're going to tie it all together and watch it all happen live. So go ahead, Zach. I'm going to let you do the demo.
Okay, so I'm glad that Jeff went through that a little bit because I don't want to overwhelm you guys because this thing is extremely robust. It does a lot of things, but it's actually extremely simple. That was one of the biggest things that we were trying to do. It's really easy to make things complicated. It's really, really difficult to make things simple, and that's been our number one mission since we actually started with this a couple years ago and started development on it about a little over a year ago. So basically, when you first log in on your agency account, you'll basically come to a dashboard like you'll see here, and you'll have all your businesses that you have in your system just right on the front page. You'll be able to see what their average rating is, the last time that they've reviewed, last login, their total reviews. We have best average rated business, worst average rated business, and then the overall feedback rating of all your businesses combined together so that you can kind of see a real quick snapshot. Now this is purely white label, meaning that it can be on your own domain. You can add in your own logo. This logo right here, Local Media Marketing, that's just our generic one that we use. It's not a real business. You can't find it anywhere, so don't worry about that. All the colors can be adjusted, all the email settings, everything gets done directly from you as though it's your own software. So I'll take you just through the top of these tabs real quick, then we'll dig into the system so you can kind of see how it works. On the first tab is My Site, and this is basically where you're able to go in here and adjust the colors and change the site title, this little title up here, the metadata, the colors, the sidebar, the background, and the site image. You can even add your own little favicon, this little guy up there that heads up there. So you're able to easily adjust this to however your business looks, so the branding is identical. The managed business owners, this is pretty simple, straightforward. This is where you're basically able to, resend them passwords, change passwords, manage them directly from the system, or delete them if you're just allowing them to try out and they're done. You can also see just some basic information and turn them on and off. The reporting, this again is a very simple and straightforward reporting where you can see all of your businesses from an overall perspective. So you'll be able to see how your businesses are doing and maybe be able to modify some of the emails that are going out to get higher conversion rates and different things. And then you're also able to drill into any of those to see them from an individual standpoint, and all the reviews pulled into the entire dashboard. Now the admin system is where you're basically able to control and see all your own personal information. So you'll see that the system loads up and basically just has, this is just our generic count, all your business information. And the reason why we fill this out is because these are on some external reports that we can show for you. You can choose which domain you want. We have subdomains. We have Reputation Bug, My Local Review Site, and Local Feedback Loop. If you didn't want to put it on one of your own domains, those two top ones are completely white label, all private registration. They have no idea who we are. Or you actually can just create your own URL, and there's information here as to how to customize that. And I know that you guys probably are familiar with that because I know there's a lot of white labels for brick and mobile. So it's relatively the same thing there. Down here, now the beauty of this system is we did it so that for those people that really like to automate their business, you actually can have your customers sign up on their own. So you have an external sign up page right here that looks like this. So it has your own logo on it, and basically they can just register on themselves. So like for example, if you gave them a link, they paid for it, you could just include this in there, and then they'd be able to go in and register on their own. You can update all the email information here for when the actual registration notification goes out. We also have some things on the inside of the dashboard where there's a support button. So you're able to put in any kind of email address here, so when they click on that support button, it goes directly to you. You also could do a banner ad. So like, for example, if you also sell mobile websites or websites completely, you can put a banner ad on the side of the dashboard of all your individual business owners and link them to a special offer. You're also able to then change your password here. You can adjust your plans, and you'll see all your transaction details down below.
So real quick here, when Zach talked about upload banner, why not run a demo for or run a promotion for mobile websites for somebody that doesn't already have a mobile website? You can actually run that, use this as your lead generator into that to sell more mobile websites to potential customers.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Again, the training, this is all the training that we have along with the marketing materials. So you'll see here, you have complete walkthrough of the entire system. We also provide you, there's a lot of them. We have PowerPoint slides. We've got some PDFs, some downloads, and some editable information that you can send to use as marketing materials. We've got a complete white label, two white label videos. One's a more longer in depth that includes some visibility stuff. The other one is a pure white label that is just around the system and what the system does. Again, we give you the script for it, we give you the video, and there's no mention of the company of us in there. We also give you a complete WordPress website that we've built that you can download and upload onto your own server. We have the XML file, you know what that is, that basically loads all the content into it that will connect to this if you want to. We've also got how you edit all the different things, our webinar trainings, pretty much everything is in the back office that you'll need. And then finally, we've also included the visibility report directly in the dashboard so that you don't actually have to go and drill into any of all the business to be able to see them. So you could quickly go and look on this side and say, oh, here I'm looking at James Bob Dental as one of my demos. We can see the visibility checker here. And this is just a button that you actually can run this report on this particular business. And if you wanted to, you could then send this to the business owner. I'll zoom in on that. And this has all your information on here. So this is an external URL that you basically can say, hey, look, we ran this report on you. You're not doing very well. and you basically can upsell them from that point moving forward. Now, all of these features that I just showed you, like the visibility checker, you can turn those on or off with all of these the businesses themselves. So what I'll do is I'll just say we're going to add a new business really quickly, and I'm not actually going to do this because I don't want to waste your guys' time and drag you through this, but basically you're able to enter all the information here for the business owner if they're not registering themselves. And then basically what you can do is you can choose to enable the social sharing, which we have automated social sharing, and the visibility checker. So you can have baseline packages, better packages, and tier 3 packages, the excellent packages, where you include all of those. So some people don't want to have anything to do with the visibility checker, or maybe they don't want social sharing. So you can turn those on or off for every single individual business itself. So what I'll do is I'm going to go into one business that I just set up this morning so you can see how we did this. I really believe in automation. I really believe in trying to not do things myself or have my team do that basically software can do. So what we did is we created a setup process for the particular business. So like when you actually go in and register the business, what is going to happen is they're going to get I'll show you actually what it is. They're going to get I thought I did a registration. Sorry, I must have not done it. I meant to do it this morning, but I did not. They'll get a notification with the login, password, details, and what happens is they're immediately taken to this page. They then just go through the 7-step process, and the reason it has 7 steps is because we've included the visibility checker and the social sharing application portion module inside of this particular business. So they basically just walk through this and easily set themselves up on their own. Now you'll notice one thing right down here. Now this is a very unique thing that I want people to really kind of grasp onto, because this is where you can really make a difference in these customers and these business owners. Now our system will drill down all the way to an employee level. A lot of people are like, well, what's a big deal about that? Well, that's a huge deal for a business owner. So imagine they're a dental practice or something of that nature where they've got people that are not dentists, not seeing the patients all the time. And so basically what you can do is you can add employees here, and basically every time you request review, you can assign it to that particular individual employee. Now the business owner has the ability to come back in, run reports and say, hey, Sally Sue, you only average a 3.2, and doing reports and really be able to see how their business is doing. I'll just walk you through these really quickly so you can see how simple they are. And it basically just walks through. You've got the visibility checker that I think we ran, and you can go through here and just update all these information really quickly, and it changes things. So I just click on this is me, because this is the particular business. I know that it's actually that one. It just changes the percentage and walks you through that to make sure that you're having all the information accurate. And the business owner can do this on their own. This is an external micro page. This is basically a page that you would have just like on a Yelp. This is the exact same type of thing. It's a directory page that integrates with our system so that basically all of the positive reviews are displayed on this page. I'll show you later. And it's also another citation. So if you're doing local SEO or anything like that, this is another place where the business has their name, address, and phone number, and it's highly optimized. And I'll show you how we went about doing that. But again, it's simple, just going through and figuring it out, and it integrates with all the social media. The next stage is basically moving on to the review threshold, which is very simple. Basically how the system works, it is an automated feedback loop. So your review threshold is, I want to only promote positive reviews above a certain level. So that would be 4. You can then choose how often you want the emails to go out, meaning the emails can go out once or it can go out up to 7 times. So you can continually send out these emails to these people until they review. And once they review, the system stops. It won't send them out continual ones. You can send it out every other day, every 3rd day. Then once they actually leave the review, there's also an automated portion of saying, hey, thank you for leaving a review. Be sure to leave it on Facebook, Yelp, or whichever ones you choose. And you can set that to run 1 time, 2 times, up to 7 times. And once they actually click on the link, it stops this entire sequence as well. And again, you can set the positive post email frequency as well if it goes out 1 day, multiple days, or every other day. The social media setup, I'm not going to do this one, but I'll show you how it works basically. But you have the ability to automatically post on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. You don't have to set it to automatically do it. You can basically set it so that it will post to them, and then you can do them manually or you can do them automatically. We also have a little section here that you can add your custom content. And why I felt that was important, because you can actually add in like your business name, address, and phone number, along with a URL directing back to the site, which is just giving you more of that, what we call maybe potentially local SEO. You have the ability to adjust the image to the business owner's colors right there on the spot. So it's easy to actually, oh, sorry about that, to brand it. And then the review site promotion, what happens is that when the visibility checker runs, it pulls in all the business owner, the actual URLs of the actual sites that you're wanting to promote. So like if we wanted to promote Google and Yelp, we would choose those, then click next. And basically what that does from there is just gives them to the final stage, which is basically an overview of the entire system. And once they finish, click on finish, the rest of the system is completely set up for them. All of the emails are already created, all of the feedback loop, the pages, the videos, everything is completely already done. We already did that, and we set those in the master default so that once they're done once, you don't ever have to do it again. Then you can go in and adjust any of this information that you want. So now that you saw how simple it was to actually set that up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over into one of the businesses that's already completely set up and actually walk you through a positive and a negative feedback so you can see how all of this actually works in real live time. So what I'll do is I'm just going to use an email address that I use consistently for this so you can see how they work. And I'll just call it, we'll choose the employee, we'll say it's John, and we'll say it's Frank. Oops, if I can spell the name right. And we'll call this one positive. This is going to be a positive review. You just click submit, and now they've entered into the review system, and the information is being automatically sent out. So we'll go back here and do another quick ad, and we'll go with Alex, and we'll say Nancy, and this one will be a negative. And you click on negative and press submit. So now what happens is the system's automatically sending out emails to those people asking for their review. So you'll see here I'm in the proper one, and we're going to go to the positive one. So you can see this is completely customized. Again, hello Frank, dynamic link that links back to them. And basically they just click on this button, and what happens is it takes them to a dynamic page which doesn't say anything else. It doesn't have their first name, they don't have to enter any more information. Again, this is all mobile enabled. You can see it works in that fashion, so it will work on any of those mobile sites. And let's just say it's a positive review. They did a really good job. I will refer them. All you do is click submit, and because it was a 5-star review, because our threshold was a 4 or above, what it's going to do is it's going to actually route to a completely different page that's basically a thank you page that has a video on it, and it's going to ask them to actually post those reviews on Google, Yelp, or any of the other sites that you choose. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to make sure this is zoomed in. I just zoomed in. So basically it's a video. That's a professional actor, and you can actually choose between a male and a female. We have professional actors for the male and a female. If you want your own video, you can do that as well. You can upload it. And so basically it just says, thank you so much. You're able to customize all the content on this page above and below. You can just copy the actual review here, and we've added some really unique code. So like, for example, if they were to click on Google, what it's going to do, it's going to take them to the Google page, and it's going to automatically pop up the review request right when they get there. They have to be logged in, but it's also eliminating a step. It's all about that Amazon, the ease of use, trying to get through something, less friction. And so basically they can just click on there, paste it in there, and press publish. I'm not obviously going to do that because we don't want to do that on somebody else, but you can see how easy that is for the particular individual. And what happens is, if you come back to the email, again it says here, thank you so much that you visited us. We're really happy. Again, review us on Google by clicking here, or review us on Yelp by clicking here. If you head over to the actual business owners one, you'll see now that the business owner just received this via email. So they got it instantaneously, and they also got an SMS messages. I can't show you my phone, but basically it's on my phone. It just says the rating and what they did and the ability to go click and look at that particular review. So now let's go back through here and see what it looks like from a negative perspective. So this was the one. Another thing that I want to show you really quick. Once this person does leave the review, that link is no longer active. So what happens, they can't go back in and leave additional ones. It just says, sorry, your personalized link has expired. So let me go back here, and got myself lost. Here's the -1 for Nancy. And we'll just say, they did a poor job, not happy. And I'm going to click on submit. And basically what this is going to do, it's going to trigger the system and say, oh, that was a negative review. Again, this is a professional female actor, and you can choose male or female. And it basically asks you, where did we go wrong? This service was slow. Sorry, I can't spell. How can we avoid this in the future? Be faster. And so on. And you click submit, and basically what that does is that appends their particular record, and you can go back in and see how they're doing. So basically, now that she's got that, she got another one saying, thank you for your time, I'm really sorry, we take this seriously, blah, blah, blah. And then if you come over here to Jim Zimmerman's, or James Bob Dental, you can see again, they were instantly notified of a 2 rating. So they're able to quickly jump on that without having to even log into the dashboard itself. So if we come back to the dashboard and look on the feedback center, you'll see now that we've got Frank, who was the positive review, and you'll see this little button right here that it was shared. And so we can look really quickly, because we set this to be automated, that it was shared to Google, Facebook, and Twitter on 7/30/2014. And you'll notice this one right here was not shared because it was below that threshold of 4 stars. So now we'll go and look and see what this looks like. So I'm just going to refresh his page on Google+, and you can see right here that we've got the review. It's basically image it so that we know that Facebook and all those things that there are higher click-throughs, and it works better inside of the news stream and all those things. And it also shows that additional information. We've got James Bob Dental, the phone number, the link to the URL, and then it also links back to their public directory style of listing, which I'll show you in a moment. We go over here to their Facebook page, and you can see that, let me refresh it real quick. Again, they did a really good job, the same one right here that just posted over there. And we'll come over here to our Twitter and refresh this one. And you can see again, they did a really good job, and it posted this particular image right there onto the Twitter itself. And so what I'm going to also show you is the external website. So now we've got the James Bob Dental the website, I guess you could say, and you can see it right here, they did a really good job. And it's just scrolling those, and this is a sidebar widget that you can put on these sites. You also can go in here and look at the testimonials and see that we've got all of them rolling right here, along with all the other reviews that you have on there. And they're able to write a review directly from the WordPress plugin, and this is integrated directly into the system so that if they only did a 3-star, it's not going to ask them to promote. So you're still protecting the business owner all the way through here. Now, if you go over here and look at the online directory site, this is the directory site that every one of these come with. You can enable this or disable this. So if the business owner doesn't want one of these, you don't have to give them. You can also enable the external reviews like Yelp and Google, or disable them. So you have the choice of turning those on or off. But you can see, I will refresh this again, and you can see that Frank showed up here. But you can see how this all works. We've got all of this information, the address that links to here, that links to directions, phone number, hours, today's hours, not all hours, email, website. And one thing I do want to show you, because I do find this pretty cool about it, rich snippets, testing tool. So on Google, we have Google data structured properly on this, so that it shows the reviews when they actually have this link show up, just like a Yelp link would show up on Google or something like that. So if you were to get this website to be ranked as another internet property for them, you'll see that James Bob Dental has a 4.8 star, a 5-star rating, 4.8 from 12 votes. And so that's what's going to show up in the search results for this particular business. Now, one of the things that's really important to understand is we may not have these reviews. It may be a 5-star, but what if there's some verbiage in there that you're really not all that happy with? Well, basically, we have a button on here that you can suppress that. So basically, we just click on this button and say, yes, I want to suppress this review from the actual WordPress site and the actual external micropage. And you can see it's got a little line through it. And then if we come back here and just refresh this, you'll see that now all of a sudden that's been removed. And we come over here, refresh this. This has all of a sudden been, oops, Frank's not been removed yet. of our API. We must be a little bit slow. So, but it'll be removed here in a moment. But basically, this gives you the ability to suppress any reviews that may have come through in a positive that aren't really necessarily a positive particular review itself. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is the contact manager, so you can kind of see how this works. Let's say, for example, if you're a dentist and you've got, 1,000 people or whatever, what you can do is you can actually upload a CSV file and actually integrate them right into the review system. So basically you can say, okay, I want to do this and upload the file so that all those people get immediately in there. We don't honestly suggest doing that. One of the things that I always say do is you upload the entire file, then you can pick 20 of them every day and enter them into the review system, which is pretty easy. Now, the other thing that is really unique about this is where we get into the reputation marketing aspect of things. Now, let's say it's the end of the year, or you're wanting to run a promotion. You can just click on the 4 and 5 star, and it's going to filter out all these people that have reviewed you on a 4 or 5 star. And you can just click here and select viewed, and basically right here you can just say send a special notification. And inside of this special notification, it's going to send each one of these individually out. So it's not going to be a mass broadcast or anything like that. And you can put, you can choose one of your templates that you may have already created, put subject line, and even send a test message to be able to see what it is, and send it out to all those people that basically have already reviewed you and said that, you're a great business and, you want to be able to do a referral program or whatever it is. You also have the ability to do the 1, 2, and 3 stars and basically try and get to reactivate them. You could go back to these people and say, hey, we're giving away a free teeth whitening. I mean, just from a dentist's perspective, there's a lot of different things that you can do that to try and reactivate them to bring them back into the system. Now, where really, like I should say, the rubber meets the road for the business owner, and where I stress a lot of this when I sell these, is really being able to drill down to an employee level and see how everything's working. So, like, for example, if I'm going to go and say, hey, I'm going to have a review with John Smith, I can dig into John Smith and say, hey, he's he's got a 1-star rating, a 3-star rating, and then 2 5-star ratings with an overall of 3.5. You can really start to look, and say, oh, I wonder what's wrong. And you can view all this information to really try and get an understanding of what the individual employee is doing from a customer standpoint, and how they're failing, I guess, or succeeding.
Yeah.
You can also go ahead.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of things that you guys can drill down into this as we go. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to keep us going here so we don't mess up too many people's time. But for the overall,
I quickly want to jump in. Yeah, Hershey, I do want to jump in. I hope you guys see the value in this. I know that for me, this is one of the first. I saw this at a high level of working with Jeff and Zach. But particularly a lot of the automation and a lot of ways to set this up, set it and forget it. And one of the campaigns specifically, if you guys are in the brick and mobile members area or in some of our private training, I showed some examples about scanning a QR code and then coming to a very specific branded landing page. And if you're a 3-star, 2-star review, it just gets hidden, swept under the rug for management to take care of. And if you're 4 or 5 stars, it pushes right to TripAdvisor, to Google+. So this is it, guys. All right, I told you, I'm going to show you the best way to do it. This is it. Now, even though you can do a lot of this, let's say in our mobile platform, there's nothing that touches the functionality and the automation that this software has. And particularly to combine that with the mobile strategy, I think it's a 1-2 punch win-win. And that's primarily why wanted to share this with you guys today. I know Hershey really just wants to jump into how much it's going to cost to get into this, because you may be thinking, this is a 5-star solution. It could be thousands of dollars. And primarily, I think you guys are going to be very surprised with what you're about to see.
Yeah, so all right, I'll keep moving forward then, since we'll go through slides. But first of all, I know Whitney just replied with, this is exactly what I've been looking for. What do you guys think of the software? What do you guys think of how it works, the simplicity of just being able to enter in a contact record and the software doing the rest? I want to kind of see what you guys think. As you guys are typing in that, we've got actually a business owner or an agency that I wrapped in where Sam says it looks great and Ansys love it. Well, guys, what we found is through our own personal records is that about 30% of the customers are leaving internal feedback, and then 10% of those customers that are leaving feedback are leaving reviews and they're sticking online. So you have about a 3 to 4 or 5%, probably about 3 to 4% chance So 3 to 4 reviews out of every 100 emails sent of a review being posted online. So that's something that you guys can really hang your hat on. And obviously, we're relatively new. We're less than a year in the software, so we'll have some harder stats down the road. But that's what we're seeing right now. So Sam says it looks great. Ann says love it. Awesome. Brick says I like it a lot. Full turnkey package. Yep. Awesome piece of software from Nelly. Absolutely. So here's the important piece of this, guys. When you take control of your client's reputation, you control their online image. And the success of any business is anchored to their reputation. And remember, the ratings and reviews greatly impact their revenue and yours. But what we've come up with today is what we believe is an affordable white label solution designed for local agencies just like you. You can literally remove our logo and put your name and logo using our complete white label platform. It's an all-in-one reputation marketing solution that was built by local consultants for local consultants, and you get to put all of our primary features on it with your name on it. You'll generate customer feedback and turn it into a brand boosting 5-star review online. And now you guys are like, yeah, I know what the software can do. And Kevin's like, how do they get access to it? Guys, normally if you were to go onto our main site and look for this and activate the software, it's normally going to cost $497 one-time setup fee and $97 a month for 25 customer accounts, and we'll include the first month of service with that. And there's no guaranteed upgrades to the software if you were to go to our main site. But for Kevin, we wanted to scratch that and do something really special for you guys. So we actually took a large chunk off of the upfront, took 40% off as a brick and mobile special, where you can go to reputationbug.com/brick right now. It's a private link that we built specifically for Kevin, where it'll be just $297 for a one-time setup fee plus $97 a month, and we're going to double the number of customer accounts. We're never going to do this again. And Kevin talked us into really twisting our arm and working to be able to give you guys the best possible deal that we could. So we're including 50 business locations and the first month of service free. There's no yearly fee, and this will be a limited time offer because we're going to have to take it down here. This is not something we want out to the public. This is a brick and mobile members only special. Let's talk a little bit about the features and benefits that you guys are going to get. You're going to get access to our active feedback system that has a set it and forget it process. You'll have access to the customer dashboard where it's easy to understand and navigate, providing that instant feedback. Remember, this is fully mobile responsive. For you guys that are white label brick and mobile customers, this is perfect for you. It was built 100% from the ground up to be mobile compatible. We have complete data security. We've got a bunch of backup things already in place with SSL and stuff like that. You have the ability to drill down to the individual employee. It's highly customizable with the difference in the email messages, the videos that customers see, the pages, and how often they're contacted after their initial visit. We have the ability to filter those negative reviews out, and it's extremely easy to use. Simplicity is the key to success. If something takes hours for a business owner to understand, it'll sit on the shelf and collect dust. It's fully customizable to your branded business. It takes just a few moments to set up and configure. It's very easy to operate and understand for both you and the business owner. You have the ability to manage and monitor multiple locations from one dashboard, and it's web-based access. You can work from anywhere in the world at the agency and business level, and it has that built-in active feedback system which removes the burden of proof. We're going to automate what was the most time-consuming aspect of generating reviews for a local business owner, and we boil it down to 4 simple steps. The customer enters the feedback system. The intelligent routing occurs extremely quickly. The customer receives either a special offer or a message based on the feedback that they leave, and it's easy to monitor the customer's brand, leaving both the customer and their clients with a 5-star experience. It's extremely easy to use, navigate, and quickly and easily set up the dashboard. You get overall feedback for all the clients. And at the business owner dashboard, basically you can log in for the client and configure it for them. It's simple for them. The reports are internal. You have the external reporting links that you can give them for the visibility checkup, and they can see all of their online ratings from one easy to understand dashboard. And here's why this works for us and will help take your business to new heights. It provides one singular focus and step for the business owner. They simply have to enter a contact into the database. You can quickly and easily explain how it all works. the business owner can understand how to use it, and most importantly, and this is extremely key factor for you guys, they understand their role in this process. You just have to simply monitor that they're using the software. Now, when I say that, you also have to understand that not every local business owner is going to actively participate in their own success. So the online dashboard forces them to work with you, and you get to see what they're doing. You're not working directly for them anymore. The software does that. If they don't take actions, they don't see the results. You can easily weed out the weak and know the last time they logged in. Sorry, John, I know that you tell me you're using the software, but I can see that you haven't been in there in 2 weeks. Why haven't you used the software? It's talked about active interaction versus passive interaction. That changes everything for you. Plus, the secondary benefit for the business owners is they get an instant snapshot of what their customer feedback is. Business owners now have the ability to identify internal problems and rapidly improve their business performance, all while enhancing their online reputation. Like we talked about, they can drill it down to an employee or department level. There's tons of possibilities here. Now, people are wondering, who does this work with, or what businesses will benefit from it? Guys, there's a huge list. Professional services, doctors, dentists, heating and air. Just think about it. Any business that has a regular customer base that changes or comes back every couple months, this will work for them. Remember, you guys control the pricing. So if it's a higher end jeweler or insurance company, or maybe you're a real estate broker, you can charge either higher or lower based on the revenue and the ROI that those customers are going to see. The possibilities are endless when using our software. You can go to trade shows, you can go to local meetups, you can give out free trials of the software, you can do direct mail campaigns, online traffic and ads as well. And then you get to hand pick your premium clients. You know who's taking their business and their online marketing seriously. So guys, when you activate your software now, you'll get our discount off our upfront fee, which usually it's not high enough anyway, but you're going to get a discount off of that with a $297 one-time setup fee plus just $97 a month. We're going to double the number of customers. You're going to get 50 customer accounts and the first month service when you go to reputationbug.com/brick. But we're also going to throw in for a special public grand opening bonus. You guys are the first ones ever to see this other than our internal group. We're going to give you free agency level software upgrades for life at no cost. What that means is that we're going to, anything that goes into the agency level of the software, you're going to get. And since our initial beta release, we've included the micro business page, the WP review plugin, the review suppression, external business sign-up form, the multi-step self-sign-up process, the online visitability checker, manual and automated social sharing, the automated portions coming within the next week to you guys, or two, plus dozens of additional minor feature updates that are all happening behind the scenes. That's all stuff that our initial beta users got and that you're going to receive absolutely free. And as we continue to add new features into the software, you're going to receive those as well. But you need to activate your software now, because this white label reputation marketing package isn't going to last long. Kevin and I know it's only going to be up for a couple days, and we know that we have to limit the number of people that are in here because you guys put stress on our support staff, getting in the system, make sure that you guys are set up. And really, this is a significant discount off of what the public rate is. It's $297 for a one-time setup fee, just $97 a month. One customer pays for this system. You can literally charge them $497 for a setup fee and $197 or $97 a month, and then you're set for life as long as that customer's in the software. If they're using it, they're never going to leave you. We're doubling the number of customer accounts that you guys can get, and there's no hidden fees or anything like that. And if you don't want to use it 6 months down the road, you just cancel and you're good to go. But realistically, guys, this is not going to be up for long. We need you to go to reputationbug.com/brick right now. Kevin, I know there's a couple questions that have come in. Is there anything that you want to add to this before we go through the QA portion of this? That's the big picture of what we've got with Reputation Bug and the white label package.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hershey and Zach as well for the great demo. And I want you guys to know the power that this has for your business. You know that dealing with any of the brick and mobile stuff, one client pays for the service. Now, I really want you to appreciate the value that's happening here. I wrote in the chat that I worked very hard to get the discount for you, and it's really true. You see it at $497. Nobody likes to discount their own product. We all know the value of this, especially Hershey and Zach, who spent tons of money on this and tons of time in perfecting it and adding all these amazing features. For one-time $297, which you'll recoup back on your first client, no problem. Then $97 a month for 50 customer accounts. That's less than a cup of coffee a day per account. That's something like a $1.95 or something. Quick math on it, $1.90, something like that. Less than $2 per client per month. I mean, you don't really get better value than this, and I want you guys to see for yourself. This is being sold right now at a higher value to the public. Not only that, the price is going up. You guys know the same way that I do my stuff. When I come out with something, I give it to a very small circle of trusted partners. I don't want to leave it around for too long. It really is for the right people. And then once it's closed, it's closed. And I really want you guys to take a look at this. And if you're thinking about reputation management, think about all the clients you have, let's say on the mobile side, and take a look at their reputation. I guarantee you it's not 5 stars across the board. And it should be. And I think today we've had a lot of stats that really support that fact that the better your reputation, the more money you make. So any logical local business owner that is properly explained, hey, my reputation, if improved, will increase my bottom line, they'll have no problem in paying you that difference. As long as always remember what they're paying you should be less than what they're making, which is the same way in this way as well. The $297 plus $97 a month, you'll be making a lot more than this. And we're so sure that obviously we brought it down and doubled the amount of sites with it as well. So I'll let Hershey and Zach kind of get some questions that I know that have been in the chat, but I want you guys to really think about the value here and really the investment that this is in your business. It's another tool you could sell. It's an excellent upsell to mobile. It lets you do some amazing integrated stuff with QR codes, all the great tracking. And that's just for me, the thing that got me was the automation. All I have to do is send my client a white labeled, custom branded link. Nobody knows I'm using software. It looks like I'm doing all this hard work, and really it's the client that's doing the work by filling out the information and then marketing their own reviews to their own clients. So yeah. Hershey, if you want to get some of the questions that are here, I'm personally blown away with the value, and I appreciate it again, and I hope everyone on the call also does as well, because this can have a big impact in your business.
Thank you. And I know a bunch of questions have come in. How much if I go over the 50? The pricing's actually in your dashboard. It's similar to the pricing that you guys are going to see for 50 customers. And we have, I think it's we normally do 25. So we have a 50, 100, 250, a 500, and maybe even up to 1,000 in there. And we know we have a couple customers that have over 100 right now that have 100 businesses in the software, and they're actively using it and managing all of them. Guys, it's comparable. We're not going to go to $20 a business or something, but realistically, even if we did it $97 for a month that you're charging them, you're getting 5 times your ROI back. But we're talking, this is like pennies on the dollar for you guys to go ahead and work with those. And it is listed in the business. I think it was Nelly or Ed that had asked earlier about, Google and Yelp and, do they frown upon just asking customers for reviews? I actually had a discussion with somebody earlier today that, is in this market as well. So if you look at it, we're generating internal feedback from the customers, and we're working to share that online. Obviously, you want your best customers to post it online. We're not just going after, all the customers and saying, hey, go leave us feedback on Yelp. They don't want that. But if they're not reminded, they're also not going to go ahead and leave you feedback. And there's many agencies and there's YouTube videos on how to leave a video on or how to leave a review on Yelp and how to go around it, yada yada. The biggest thing is if you're actively working with your customers and you're giving it them as one of the options that they could potentially go to, that is within the bounds, in our opinion, so that you're not basically hammering them with go on Yelp. You're giving them options, and they can choose and pick, and you're just telling them to please leave us feedback, and you're just making it a little easier for them to leave those ratings and reviews online. Kevin said something that Zach, I'm going to have you come talk about a little bit, about having the businesses self-help themselves. Zach actually has a couple of business owners that we were discussing, we use as case studies, about getting themselves set up on their own and you guys not having to do any work and looking like geniuses. Zach, you want to talk about your one client that basically what happened when you sent them the setup link?
Yeah, I tested this a lot of different ways. So when I was originally setting up my customers, I would basically go in there and I would do the entire process of walking through them, setting them up, doing the visibility checker, all those things. Well, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of the system and just basically go in there and set them up and say, hey, I've gone there, go in there and set yourself up. And I was actually amazed. They all did it extremely well, efficiently. They got the whole entire thing set up. They even dug into the system and said, hey, I want to change some of the emails. Is that okay? And they were changing emails. And it actually even brought up additional things. So they went through the visibility checker and were like, We noticed we were not on a lot of these sites and all those kind of things, and that gave me the opportunity to say, hey, yeah, we also do that type of thing for you, and we can take care of that information. So it does work really efficiently, and especially on the self-serve part. I'm a big believer in self-serve, and I do all of it in that fashion. And we built a system so that people could sign up and basically be able to walk through the whole entire thing and actually manage it themselves and not have to have it be handheld with somebody else. And that's one of the reasons why you're able to charge so little for such a powerful system.
Yeah, absolutely. And the client actually that I was talking about earlier is one of Zach's clients. And I'm actually going to show my screen and go through James Bob Dental here in a second, because somebody was asking me about that. The client actually went out there and they integrated it, and they had 100 emails that they had used over a couple week period. 30 something people left feedback, and then what we had 3 or 4 reviews actually get posted online and stick within that 30-day window. So if you guys want to hang your hat on something, that's pretty good. Were those numbers correct, Zach, from what I was talking about?
Those are exactly what they were. I haven't looked in the last couple of days, but that was within a 30-day window, and all they did was they're religiously using the system. I've done this the other way. Me and Jeff has been doing this whole reputation marketing management thing forever, and we used to do the business cards where the business owner would set up, and we were lucky if we got one every couple of months, and that was them giving cards out. Now we're starting to see these people that are getting multiple of these every single month and religiously, and still having all that data in the back end of the actual system to be able to see who's really doing what.
Yeah, and somebody had asked me, Santa said, can I see example of the WordPress template included in the package? We don't really push this too much. This is kind of what it would look like. We actually are giving you guys a WordPress website that you can set up and configure. We don't do much of the support side of it because we're not a hosting company. We're focused mainly on our software. So if you need HTML or hosting help and stuff like that, it should be set up. We actually have a link to have it. You can have it done for you. But this is just a quick and easy site to help you guys sell reputation. This could be an add-on site that you link off, or it could also be used as your main company site. It has all of the white label versions of all our stuff. You just put your logo in it. It's got the demo videos and then some testimonials from customers and some images. And we do a 30-day free trial. A lot of you guys have your own customers already. So by a quick show of hands, or just typing in yes, how many of you have your own clients right now through Brick and Mobile or through your own local consulting agency that you actually get paid for or service on a regular monthly basis? So, all right. So a couple hands being raised, some yeses, 5, 10. Okay. So here's the deal. Go set them up in this system for free. Give them a 14-day, 30-day trial and ask them about it. Get them using it, because I can promise you this. You get in the software, get them set up, and then just start charging them the $97 a month afterwards. After 30 days, they're going to stick because they're going to get addicted to it as they get going, because it is addictive to see a new 5-star review come in every other day, or a 4 and a 5-star review come in. And it really raises them to go, uh-oh, Sally at the front desk has gotten 2 1-star reviews in the last 30 days. What do I need to do? And then drill down into that problem. So there's a bunch of different ways for you guys to be able to handle that. And you can just send them the sign-up link. Say, hey, look, I'm testing out this new software. We're going to give it to you free for 30 days. Go click on the link and sign yourself up. And let them go through the process. And then just monitor and manage them. Brendan wants to know, is this truly white labeled? Does a client end up seeing reputation bug in emails, domains, etc.? Whatever. Brendan, this is a completely white label system. You can actually change over the URL and white label. It's going to come from your domain, your sign up. They don't know it's us, and it's actually just similar. It's very similar to what Brick and Mobile has, where it will be under your own company, under your brand. Then he asked another quick follow-up question that says, is a way to connect to your PayPal merchant, etc., to the free trial? We don't integrate payment inside of our software just because there's different risks and things that we don't want to take onto it. What we recommend is that post-purchase URL, it redirects them to a sign-up page, just like any other payment system where they pay either via PayPal, and you do a PayPal subscription, or Authorize.net or an Infusionsoft form, Recurly, whatever, and then it takes them to the sign-up page for them to be able to sign up on their own. So you have the ability to do that, but you can't build it directly into our software just because there's too many security issues and things like that if we start integrating payment into the software for 1,000 agencies. Pete wants to know how much do you suggest we sell.
And guys, I want to say FreshBooks. Sorry, quickly on that, because this is perfect with some of the training that I do. So if you guys ever have a corporate website from Brick and Mobile, Jeff and Zach mentioned earlier that you can use an XML file. So all the great content that they have for the reputation version, you don't have to redo your website. You can import that XML file, and you can append all the stuff. So think about almost adding a new department to your company in a matter of 5 minutes that says, hey, guess what? Now we do reputation marketing. We have an amazing patented software, patent pending software that is cutting edge, that lets you manage your own location. I mean, you know all the benefits you just saw. And think about how quickly you can add that to your business. And then when it comes to billing your clients, if you're already billing them on a month-to-month basis for Brick and Mobile, you can just add this as a line item. So say we're adding reputation marketing, or you can add it with FreshBooks or do some training on FreshBooks. There's really multiple ways to do it. But at the end of the day, it really is the client that is managing their own accounts, which is what I found being the best thing, and being completely white label gives you the freedom to add this as your own software, resell the service to it, sell the service directly to your clients, or just manage it for them. So very, very similar to the Brick and Mobile model that I train a lot. This is very much a complement and an addition to anything that you're doing in the mobile space.
Yeah, and Pete, how much you sell it for? You can charge basically what we're charging you guys per business location, $297 to $497 upfront, one-time setup fee. Or if you want, you can set up yourself, and I won't charge you the setup fee, and it's $97 a month after the first 30 days. So there's a bunch of different ways. $97 to $197 seems to be a pretty good sweet spot. Unless you're doing higher-end type stuff, you can just bundle this in, things like that. Peter says, presentation very well done. Thank you. All my questions were covered. Thank you for creating the software and making part of your business programs. Thank you. And we actually normally have Tony says, okay, I signed up. Well, congratulations. Welcome, Tony. We normally have 40, 50 questions coming in. We literally have 8 questions left. So if you guys have any questions, type them in now. We try to cover this as in-depth as possible and show you how simple it really is. John says, sorry, you might have missed that. What does the setup fee include? John, that is the initial activation of the software and your first month. That's what it's going to charge you for that $297 in the program. Pierre says, I missed a visit. Does it come with a guarantee? No. We've shown you guys how the software works. It's a software as a service program. We're going to put up the replay you can walk through. We're actually going to show you on the replay page here of the webinar how we actually use this as a software demo to sell it, so you guys can manipulate how we present that video for yourselves and then follow that software presentation. It's the exact same demo that Zach and I use to sell this as well. And we're pretty sure that we've shown you guys every ounce of this. This is not a training program. We have a monthly QA call. Actually, the next one's on the 5th of August if you guys want to come in here and do this. But realistically, we're here to get you guys in the software, show you how to use it. All the videos at the business owner level show them how to use it. I've actually recorded the videos, and they're white label as well. So a business owner can go in, watch about 20 minutes worth of videos, set themselves up in under an hour, or probably under a half hour if they watch all the videos, and they're good to go. Sam says, is a dashboard, has a label next to accounts is paid. How is this updated? You guys will manually update those, the red button, green button. And I actually cover that in the training in the back end, Sam. You cover that at your admin at the agency level. Brendan says, can you link locations together for multiple business locations? If you're talking franchise level, more than 5 business locations, stuff like that, you're going to want to come talk to us on the side because that's more of a franchise package versus the white label agency. What you can do is we actually have like a Bedmark type company that has 3 or 5 different locations in town, and they just link out differently to those. So there's some things, it's pretty customizable, but realistically, you got to remember that if you're linking out to different locations, you got to make sure that it's coming in from the right locations. Larry says, channel conflict. I have a business owner Google's reputation and finds reputation bug. Are there pricing or other issues? You'll be able to see what our public pricing is. We're not hiding it. We're out there selling the software. Larry, remember, not everybody's going to start Googling reputation and stuff like that. They also aren't going to get you at their back door servicing them. You're going to be able to sell this package for yourself, what bonuses that you guys have. Plus, you've got the mobile aspect with Brick and Mobile. We don't sell that up front through Reputation Bug. We focus mainly on getting business owners in that way. And we're talking tens of millions of businesses. I don't think you're going to have overlap with that. Lou, you cannot host a white label site. Everything's hosted on our. Actually, sorry, you can't host the software. If you're talking about the website itself, the reseller website, yes, you can host that on your own. But the software is hosted on our platform because of all the security and the way it works. John, the setup fee, I just talked about the no setup fee. That's for the business owners, how you should sell it and how you should price it. If you're going to give them the link to set themselves up, is that what I was talking about with that? Larry, can we give away the service away as a free door opener? You can do whatever you want with it. You control the pricing. You can give it away for free. Realistically, you guys know the value of this software, right? I mean, this is like a $997 upfront and probably a $297 a month software package at the agency level. You guys are getting a steep discount. Don't undersell yourselves for what you do for these business owners. If you're generating them positive reviews, give them a trial. That's one of the ways that we sell this. Hey, look, we're going to get you in. We're going to give you a trial. We're going to start seeing the rating reviews, and we're going to charge you 30 days later. Once they start getting the reviews, they're stuck. It's like giving them a sample, and then once they're embedded in the software, they can't go anywhere. Lou says, how well does this platform perform with Yelp and the filtering that takes place with them? I'm actually running a testing on my own personal account with that right now. Yelp's filtering is completely based off of the user that's leaving the review. If it's a new account, first-time Yelp review, first-time Yelper, they don't see the weight of that person. Yelp is very clear that's an automated system. Their software picks and chooses, stuff like that. You can't control that with the software. You can't control that based off of the business owners and things like that. So the thing that you have to work with is the business owners have to understand, and you have to project this to them, that you're looking at the internal feedback, and then your power Yelpers, your power Google Plus users and stuff like that, or maybe on Health Grades or Angie's List or one of those other sites, the people that use that frequently, those are the ones that are most likely going to leave the review, and when they leave the review, it's going to stick. So I mean, we can't force anything to happen. We're getting the feedback and we're helping get that online, but that's also why our social sharing piece of this software is available, because we'll help then post those reviews on Facebook and Twitter, on Google Plus, and you can socially share those as well. People will share those on those accounts. Tony says, I have a client who currently has poor Google Plus feedback, which shows up when you search on them. It's a hotel. So on the webinar, perfect solution. Thanks. Yeah, Tony, yes. And you have to be realistic with them and say, look, if you guys, if you got a bad reputation, we can work on it, but you have to work on providing good service for your clients. And it's not an overnight process. This is something that takes 6, 12, 18 months to do, but you can potentially move them in that direction. And guys, there's no way of getting reviews taken offline. Don't ever let anybody tell you that that's possible. The best thing you can do is use real, recent, and relevant reviews to help build the positive review rating back for that business. Sam says, let's see here, with an agency package, if you have a client who has multiple locations, would you just set up each location as a separate business? Yes, in the software. And again, Sam, if they have more than 5 locations, just contact our support, talk to us. We have some, you can either set them up individually as your own, or we can do something with a franchise level as well down the road. But I would recommend, for you to make the most money, set them up with each individual location and do it that way. Do we have marketing materials? Yes, we do have some marketing materials. They're all white labeled. They're the exact same ones that we use in our business, but they're white labeled without our logos on them. And we have 2 videos, a couple of PDFs, and I actually give you guys a presentation slide that I use as well. So they're all white labeled, and you guys can use those. Brandon says, host on a reputation bug domain or a white label domain. You can use the white label, and all that's explained in the back office of how you can set this up as your own white label. If you guys download the sales website theme, you can host it on your own as well, but that's separately from the software. Peter says, for those of you who have not invested time looking at the competition, don't bother. Brick and Bubble's way out of anyone worldwide. Wish I'd started here first. Grateful. Well, thank you, Peter. That's awesome, and that's to you too, Kevin. So great platform.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And guys, this function's very similar. Try to jump in again. This function's very similar to Brick and Mobile. Completely hands off for you. You never have to install a plugin. You never have to upgrade anything. Worry about server security. It's all completely cloud hosted, and at the same time, it's completely white labeled. So it runs as if it's your own server. It's your own domain name, but your clients will never know that it's hosted by Jeff and Zach, the same way your clients don't know that Brick and Mobile's white label is hosted by us. It really is, it's the state of software these days, and it's probably the best way to do things, because You never have to worry about upgrading your server and all the headaches that come with it. You just know that everything works all the time. That's what you pay for. So it's very similar. Those of you who are still asking questions about that, think about brick and mobile made for reputation management. That's exactly the same way that it works.
Actually, that's kind of what we were thinking when we built the white label portion of this. We said, Kevin did this so well that how did he do it? And I swear that's literally exactly, I had that conversation where like, the solution's right. So this is actually basically a brick and mobile for reputation marketing. Yeah, I guess. If
well,
you
great.
really want to
Imitation's the best form of flattery, so I appreciate that. And guys, if you have logos, if you have your logo for the white label, send the same one over. You can actually brand it. You guys saw it in your interface. So think about this as an extension of your software. You have admin.yourdomain.com for your white label. This can be reputation.yourdomain.com, or make your own domain as a root. There's multiple ways to set it up. You can even use Hershey's off-the-shelf kind of non-branded domains, very generic domains. Those work very well as well. It's just all about getting you up and running as fast as possible. And I think what you guys saw here today is that there's not only, Zach ran through a lot of the training very, very fast. I know that a lot of you sometimes want the step-by-step training. That is all included with the purchase price. There's advanced training. There's a whole bunch of videos that walk you through exactly how to use every single module. There's a really good step-by-step. I know that Hershey and Zach worked very hard in over-developing a support section that would really almost anticipate your questions. So at this point, I mean, all it really takes is for you to decide, hey, I'm going to add reputation marketing to my business, and I'm going to open up a new revenue stream with either prospective new clients or with existing clients. This is an excellent addition to anything you're doing. And what I love about it is that it's made for mobile as well. So it works very well with our CMS, and it's something you could use to generate incremental money every single month for your client base and new clients as well.